Hi guys, it's Nancy here, and I'm back with my last layout for my Hey Little Magpie blog post, and it's going to be something a little bit different for me. If you saw my recent video that I done for using up my Amy Tangerine stash, you'll see that I kind of done more of a disjointed layout, and I'd say this is not, that was not my normal style, but I actually really enjoyed how it looked, and I decided I had quite a few die cuts and different bits and pieces in this collection. I wanted to kind of showcase sort of as they are, but they weren't going to really work in layers. There was lots of tiny little tidbits and things. So I decided that I was going to kind of do this more disjointed layout. So I've pulled out these two photos, and they're kind of from the same day out that I'd scrapped the last ones, and what I'm going to do is kind of build these sort of cluster points up, and I am going to do journaling in that bottom one, but I'm not going to do that for the video. Again, I kind of go back and journal, as you know, before I put them away in my album. So what I'm doing is I'm going through the sticker sheet, because I had quite a lot of stickers left at this point, and as I knew, because of the papers I had, I wasn't going to be able to do another layout without pulling anything from my stash. So I decided not to do that, and actually to then make a few cards, which I will show in my next video. So I chose the darker side of this paper. I do have two pieces of this paper, so I will use that brightly coloured side on another layout in the future. And so what I'm going to do is just mount these square photos up, and then look at seeing if I can kind of, make some sort of... They're not going to be clusters, because there's not going to be too much overlapping, to be honest. So yeah, this is different from me. I like the final look, but I did kind of struggle a bit. When I'm placing my photos out here, I didn't know if I wanted it kind of completely disjointed or I wanted it to kind of line up a bit, so I decided that I do want it lined up that little bit more. And I have that sticker there from the element sheet, and I'm actually going to use that to place my title on. And I kind of saw that kind of speech bubble, and I thought, yeah, that's going to work perfectly. I also had some leftover bits of this border I'd used on another layout, and so I'm just cut that in half so I can tuck that next to those two photos, just to add a little bit of layering behind the photos, but there's not going to be too much layering on here. I have some other little stickers that I'm just going to layer there at the bottom, just to create a little bit of interest for when I then add my journaling. And as I said, at this point I was not overtly sure where I was going with this. But I like how using that darker background paper does make everything that I put on top really pop. I'm going to kind of like keep pulling stickers off and placing them on, and just want to try and use as much as I possibly can up on this page. So then this is the bigger 12 by 12 sticker sheet. There was these photo corners on there, so I'm just going to pull them off and include two on each photo. I do love the look of photo corners, as you know, and again that picks up the blue that's in the background. There is this little prism thing I was going to try and use, but it really didn't work on this layout. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that as an element, actually. So I am now going through my die cut pieces and just pulling out any bits that I think I could possibly use on this layout. I pull out that ampersand, which I'm going to use for my title. And then there's lots of these little triangle bits, both within the sticker sheets and the die cut pieces. And they're the kind of little bits that I was talking about that I wanted to showcase, because I'm not sure how else I would actually use them. As you can see, I've got a fair few bits of die cuts left, and I'm going to make it my mission to try and mix them in with some other collections. Again, I also have the tags that I got, so I'm going to be using a couple of the tags on there. And this could be a place for journaling, or it could just be a place for decoration. So again, I'm just pulling out some different acetate bits and different tags. There's some sort of file tab bits there. At this point, I'm just kind of trying to balance the layout. I mean, it is going to be sort of heavier to one side because that is actually the look I'm going for. But I want it to kind of flow across, so your kind of eye follows it across. And so this is just me, just pulling everything out and just going, right, is this going to work? Can I possibly use this on here anywhere? I did have a few issues with those acetate pieces, and stupidly I didn't use my ATG gun to stick these down, so you can see the glue in the final pictures. That may bother some people. It doesn't bother me too much, to be honest. I think once the journaling and stuff's on there, it's kind of not going to be the main focus anyway. But yeah, it was just me not really thinking what I was doing. So just pulled a couple of those triangular stickers off there because I want to kind of echo those triangles that I've got at the bottom. This again is another one of those border pieces that I'm just trimming off here, that's just off camera, and I'm going to put that at the bottom there as well, and that's just going to bring some sort of the white down to the bottom there and just kind of help that corner pop a little bit. And at this point I'm kind of really happy how it's starting to look, so I'm going to ink bits up and then start sticking them down. Of course we know this is inevitably where I start moving things around, but as I said, I'm really happy with that I've got to use some of these little sort of triangles up because they do showcase, the bits of paper and the patterns in this collection really well, so I'm quite happy that I could get them used up. Again, still having problems getting that ribbon cover off that acetate, but I did eventually manage it. So yeah, I'm just literally going around the layers, adding these little bits. I'm going to move that sticker up slightly. I did have a few issues trying to get it to look right because of where the speech bubble bit was, but I'm happy with how it looked in the end. There you saw me sticking this down with my wet glue, it did mean that I could slide it about and move it a little bit, but it does mean it then does show in the final images. So I'm just putting those two, they're sort of arrow pieces, so they're going to help kind of move the eye across as well. And of course just using some wet glue on my back of my stickers because I had moved them around a fair bit and kind of got a little bit of fluff and stuff on them. So, and I have stuck an acetate piece to the bottom of that tag. And I do like again how that craft does just give the eye somewhere to rest. I wanted to fill that little space in there, and I want to also echo that kind of diamond pattern at the bottom, and I think that works really well. So I'm going to stick my ampersand on that speech bubble, and then I'm going to build my title up on there. And as I said, I'm really happy how this come out. It's really different for me, but yeah, I think it actually works. Kind of like when you're halfway through a layout, you're like, should I just give up? But I persevered, and I'm glad I did. I'm going to be using these lovely little stickers again, and as I said in one of my other videos, using these smaller alphas does mean that I can kind of spread, not spread, but I can put longer titles in a smaller space, if that makes sense. So, and I am a fan of the longer title. So you're just going to see me fiddle around here slightly, placing this title up on this speech bubble, and as I said, I like how the colours of this does kind of bring everything together. I am going to go with a little bit of alliteration here, and go with sunshine, shoes and smiles. I did just have to be a little bit picky on what colours I use because I had run out of one of the letters that I needed, so I did have to go lowercase. But that's fine, I think it kind of works okay. Sorry that you can see my hair darting in and out here at the bottom, that does look quite funny. So I'm just going to place those down, and because that speech novel already had happiness written on it, it kind of goes together, and it kind of just sums up some of the things that me and my boyfriend spoke about. And of course there is a picture of our shoes. He is wearing his Vans Star Wars that I got him, and I am wearing my, I think they're like snakes, yeah, it is snakeskin, kind of faux snakeskin, little boot trainers. Both a bit of a fan of shoes, him more than me. And so I'm just taking that down, and then I'm just putting the date there at the bottom as well, because I'd used the date on a couple of other of these layouts, and I really liked how that looked. And I'm then also just going to put the month on here as well, because I had another space on that little arrow, and I thought, hey, why not? So I'm just going to fiddle about getting those straight and just moving those down slightly so they just look placed okay. And then it's going to work well with my journaling that I am going to put on there. I'm now going to go through and pull out some enamel dots. As I've said in previous videos, I'm very lucky, and these are the ones that Sharon sent me. They're actually homemade ones, so there's a great assortment of sizes, and the colours are absolutely fab. You can see I'm very lucky in there. I've got so many here, and I love them. Absolutely love them. So I'm just going to go through here and pull out some colours. I go with a yellow, a teal and a pink, and I just love the little finishing touch that it adds to this layout. I find it just pulls everything together. And I'm just going to stick those down with my wet glue, and again that's just going to help draw the eye across the layout as well. And as I said, I'm really lucky that I have them. So thank you, Sharon. I know you do still watch, you watch my videos and stuff, and every time I use them I think of you and think how lucky I am. So that's just kind of a little final touch there to each of those clusters. And part of me wanted to mount this layout on another piece, but I resisted and just went with it. So this is the final layout. I hope you've enjoyed the layouts that I've made from this. I will be back just using up some more of my scraps, so do stick with me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!